right, Johnny boy. So what side of San Antonio were you raised on?
I was raised on the east side of San Antonio. I didn't move to the east side till I was like 13, and then like that's when I kind of started right there or whatever. But
¿Es mejor ser querido o temido? Buena pregunta.
I was going to Bowie for a little while, and then I went to Irving Middle School.
Las dos cosas son agradables, pero es difícil. Pero si pudiese escoger.
After when I went to Irving, I dropped out of 6th grade. After that, I got in trouble for fighting too much.
Oh yeah.
This caliber got a date to blow up on the calendar.
All right, man. We coming to you live and direct. This is the original Edgar, the Taquache, the oldest Edgar in San Antonio. We got a special guest with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Jonnyboy, coming out of the east side of San Antonio.
All right, Johnny. So let them know, man. What type of student were you in middle school and all that?
I was a badass little kid. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like from elementary to 6th grade, it was nothing but fighting. I went to the west side. I was by the Lincoln Course for a little while. Like when I started, that's when I went to Irving Middle School. I was there for a little while, and then when I was like 12, 13 years old, that's when I started going to the east side and shit like that. And that's when, but I was already out of school. Like I was already like in the streets and shit. I hopped off the porch.
School. What high school you went to?
I didn't go to high school. I dropped out in 6th grade. Like that was my last year I went to school.
Well, what's your craziest story?
And look, this is why I'm gonna tell y'all why I got out of middle school. I'm beefed up with some niggas type shit. So one day I'm outside and I get into a rowdy ass fight. Oh, I'm fighting. When I'm fighting, like I start getting jumped. So when I start getting jumped, like now I got fucked up, like
Dang.
rowdy, like fucked up rowdy. So boom, my dad, he like, now I'm swelled up, I'm purple and shit like that. So I'm like, damn, like my dad like, you better get those niggas when you go back to school. Like you better get them. I don't care what you do, you better get them. So I'm like, all right, like so I go back. I get to, as soon as 3rd period started, it's science class. I remember I went to science class. I seen that nigga there. Oh, I just took off on that nigga. Boom, take it off on him. I got suspended. My dad never took me back to school after that. He like, all right, that's what you done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I like.
So after that, what got you into this rap game shit? And what year? And tell me what was going on in your life.
You know how it started? I was watching that movie. This is probably for a lot of people too. I was watching that movie 8 Mile, and like when I was watching 8 Mile, I started going dumb. Like you know, in the end of 8 Mile when he wins the rap battle, that song "Lose Yourself to the Music," the moment I just started listening to that over and over. And I'm writing to that beat over his voice type shit. I'm just ignoring his voice. I'm listening to the beat. Yeah. I'm writing in my journals and this and that. I got like stacks of journals. I'm just writing. My dad was alcoholic. That fool like. He crazy. He like Mexican mafia and shit like that. So that nigga like crazy. He out of there. So like somewhere from Mexico type shit. So boom, I'm writing about how my dad like he was real abusive type shit. So I'm just writing about all that. My mama like she's doing her own thing type shit. So but at the same time I'm living with my mama. So I'm rapping to her like all the stories and shit like that. I'm like, Mom, look, I wrote this. Like that's kind of where it started.
What was her reaction on it?
She was like, cause I'm rapping about life, like my life type shit. So she was like, that's how your dad's treating you? Like, that's how your dad, like, you know what I'm saying? She didn't know because my parents are separated. So she like, oh, that's how your dad treating you? Like, this now, I'm like, she like, it's good. Like, your music's good. Rap about what you going through, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I feel like the fans want to know, they want to have a connection, you know what I mean? Like, so tell me about your upbringing and like, you know.
Like I said, my dad was kind of crazy. So I grew up really with my dad. From the age of 13, I moved in with my dad. And that's when, like, I guess you could say, like, the abusive type of shit started going on. So, like,
when you say abusive, you mean like discipline or just like no reason type shit?
Like yeah, like discipline, like nigga will, you know, like, and it goes for a lot. I think I speak for a lot of people when their dads used to beat them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so my dad, yeah, the Mexican type of lifestyle. Like, my dad, any little thing that I do, like, nigga start going crazy. Right, you know what I'm saying? My dad started drinking at 10 at night, and that nigga wouldn't stop drinking till like 8 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? All wired type shit. So, and he would be like, you gonna stay up with me the whole time? Like, you gonna drink with me, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And then like, he liked to play chess. So boom, just me and my dad would play chess like all night, just playing chess. Like one game would last like fucking 3 hours, you know what I'm saying?
With him?
Yeah, sometimes like he'll give me like little shots, like just boom, down in that hole. I'm drunk playing chess, like, hold on. Like, I was like 13, 14 when I took my first shot with that nigga. Yeah. That's right, but
shit. Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, so at what age did you get into the system, man? Talk about this Bear County.
I went to Bear County the first time when I was 17. I thought I was going to juvenile. And I remember telling the cop, I'm like, am I going to juvie? He like, oh no, you going to the big boy house. I like, oh shit, all right. So they put me in the 17-year-old tank type shit, and it's just wild and it's locked down there. So you just, you know what I'm saying, fighting and shit like that. So you know, it really wasn't. And then after that, it was like once I got caught up once, I started getting caught up
So
over
you're
and
in
over.
the system.
Yeah, I'm in
this
the
whole
system.
time.
Yeah. I got locked up like 7 times. You know what I'm saying, before fucking 22. You know what I'm saying. So I'm like, damn, over.
So you ain't gotta get too specific, but what type of charges you got?
It was a lot of gun charges.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of firearm, fucking assault charges. You know what I'm saying, shit like that. Like it wasn't no aggravated. I didn't catch an aggravated till to this last one. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
So that was like the start of all of it right there.
Okay. So another question I want to know is, what are the conditions like in the Bexar County Detention Center?
Oh man. Ooh.
Like, are they livable? I mean, can you tolerate it?
It's bad.
Is it humane?
Nah, like that shit's inhumane. Like I tell
Do
you,
you get a roll of toilet paper? Like,
you get to roll of toilet paper 1 time a week. You know what I'm saying? That's every Thursday. Yeah, 1 time a week you get one. Yeah.
okay, how much is a
I'm
soup?
shitty at it.
How much is soups right now?
Soups are $1, 99 cents.
Damn,
Yeah,
man.
99 cents.
How
you know
much
what
is
I'm
a
saying?
bag of Fritos?
A bag of Fritos, $2. But there's a
Damn,
little ass
boy.
bag. Yeah, little ass bag. Like
How much is a hot link?
the hot links, what's that?
The red hot mama, the pepper.
Oh, the sausage link.
The link.
That's $5. They're like $4.49.
Damn, boy.
Yeah.
How much is the tuna pack?
Tuna packs I think it's like $3, $3.40 something or $3.50 something. Like
Can you buy wipes on commissary?
no, you cannot buy no wipes. You can't buy toilet paper. You can't buy. You could buy hygiene, but like
deodorant,
shit like
How
that.
much is the deodorant?
The deodorant's $2. Little tube like that. It's a roll.
Okay,
like it
so
rolls.
commissary is every other Wednesday, or
The pot that I was at, it came Mondays and Thursdays.
okay, so if I'm a Bexar County inmate and saying if I'm in a cell with somebody and I'm in distress and I press that button,
Oh,
what is the response time? If I'm in real danger,
If you got an asshole guard, like you press that button, if it's an asshole guard, he gonna ignore that hoe. He gonna mute that hoe. You press that button, you hear ding ding whatever, like well he'll ignore that hoe.
Right, if you got a genuine like you in stress, like
I've heard people in stress type shit, guard, they'll be yelling out the door, like you know what I'm saying, shit like that, like yeah, you know what I'm saying, they getting beat up or they having a fucking seizure or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying.
All right, so at your time in Bexar County, I want you to tell me about your experiences and.
So when I went in, I went to CG unit. That was my first unit. So boom, I walk in that hoe, and I didn't know how it's gonna be, but I'm a dog. So as soon as I step in that hoe, like it's like Mexicans gonna push up on a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So hey, look out, you a homeboy, you order horn? I'm like, nah, I'm a dog. Like I'm BSB. So they like, oh, all right. Like I'll show you to your people. Boom, I go with the black, and the blacks they like, what's up with you is whatever. So oh yeah, I'm a dog, I'm a villain. So they be like, all right, like shit, this is your phone right here. They got 3 phones. So it's an order horn phone, it's a solo phone, and then it's the black phone. So like you can hop on the black phone, like you know what I'm saying. But me, I was the only Mexican, you know what I'm saying, riding with the black. So the Mexicans are gonna look at me fucked up, like oh you a race trader, like you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So I'm like, all right, so I had to go through that. But with me being like a stiff ass nigga, like I'm not gonna let no nigga like press me on anything, you know what I'm saying, like question me or try to G check me or any type of shit like that. So I'm stiff in that hoe. I'm in CG unit for like 3 months. I code 2 out that hoe. Code 2 is a fight. Boom, I get off a visit. Once I get off a visit, my neighbor, he like, hey nigga, you being too loud. I nigga, fuck you, nigga, I'm on a visit. Like when these doors pop, once the freeze comes out, nigga, I'm a running your shit with the whoop. So he like, all right, boom, you hear the freeze come off, freeze off, whatever. Doors pop open, I get out the hoe. Nigga, I mow that nigga down. I'm mowing that nigga. Oh, and I was in the cell with it, but we fell out the cell. So when we fell out the cell, they code 2 CG, code 2 CG. So I'm like, oh, bitch. I'm like, bitch. So boom, I go to lockdown. I'm in lockdown for like 2 weeks. The first week, I didn't have a mat. I didn't have toilet paper. I didn't have nothing. I'm just in that hoe on a slab, like on a bench type shit. Boom, and then they
solitary confinement.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn. So boom, I hit AB unit. I get out of lockdown. I hit AB unit, and you know the pod that I was in, TK was in the next pod next to me. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Him and Long Live K9, like that nigga was with him at the time. So boom, I'm there and shit like that. I get out of lockdown. I go to AB unit. AB unit was crazy because you got these things called FSPs. So FSPs are psych patients. They're in a schmuck. They're in like a, how do you say, like they're suicide people. You know what I'm saying? So they can't have a sheet. They can't have underwears. Like none of that. You know what I'm saying? They don't get commissary. So like one day, like my 3rd day in that hoe, like I'm chilling, and my partner's like, "Hey, look out, fam!" Like, this is probably one of the craziest things I've seen. They're like, "Hey, look out, fam! That nigga got a how do you say, like a paper over his window." And I'm like, "I don't give a fuck about that," you know what I'm saying? Like, tell the guard or something, I don't care. And that nigga like, "Should I tell the guard?" I'm like, "Nigga, I don't care." Like, you know what I'm saying? So he goes and tells the guard. The guard's name was Reese. He goes and tells, "Hey, look out, Reese. Hey, that nigga got a paper over his window. Like, you might want to check that." You know what I'm saying? So Reese is like, "I'll check him later when I do my rounds." So he's like, "All right." So boom, he does his round. Like 15, 20 minutes go by, he does his rounds, and that nigga opens his door. I'm watching from the cut, and when he opens his door, that nigga hanging from his bunk. Like, I'm talking nigga blue and everything, like blue, and I'm like, "Oh, nigga, that nigga hanging, like that nigga hanging with the wood." So he like, then like everybody started gathering around. "Oh, that nigga hanging." Like, then they call the code 1 blue. That's a death in the unit. So code 1 blue, code 1 blue. The everybody get on lockdown. So when they send us back to our shit, our pods or our cells, like everybody gets yelling out the window or out the door, like, "Look how Reese, that was your fault, nigga, that was your fault." That guard Reese just starts crying, like crying. He like he's dead, like he dead, like he get to crying and shit like that. But I'm like, "Nigga, that your fault." Like, you know what I'm saying? You could have stayed down there, like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, like, you know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the craziest things I've seen in that whole.
Yeah, so you mentioned earlier when the process, you know what I mean, when you go to Bear County, depending on your race, they ask you, you know, who you run with and all that shit. I wanted to, you know, let the audience know based on, you know, your background why you make those choices. So why do you run with the blacks and not your own race?
Shout out my nigga Spark. He the one that really put me like in that whole blood shit type shit like that. Like that nigga Slime, like that nigga, he really got me when I moved to the east side. Nigga showed me how to hit my first leg, shit like that. So he a dog. So I'm like, you know what, like I'm gonna go ahead and ride with the dogs too, cause they're my partner. Like, you know what I'm saying, they're my brother. Like, I'm gonna run with the dogs. So I started running with the dogs and shit like that. And a lot of people from the east side, like, they all dogs down there. Denver Heights, all BSV, all Bounty Hunter Bloods, like they all, you know what I'm saying? So they, and most of them are all black. BSV and Bloods all together, that's a black gang, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Started off with a black gang. So like, and that's a lot of my people, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you go to county, Crips, Vice Lords, Bloods, Latin Kings,
So all
you
the
know what I'm
street
saying?
shit
Like,
is still valid in Bear County.
yeah.
Okay, so how about if you get sentenced and you get shipped off to Dominguez, Garza West, or anybody,
The same thing.
you're gonna still roll with
Yeah, I'm
the
still gonna run
blacks.
with the blacks all the way.
So in case of anything goes down, like say there's a race war,
Yeah.
blacks against Mexicans,
Like,
in a riot, you see a black person getting attacked by Mexicans,
I'm gonna go.
your response is
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
can that get complicated when you?
It can, like, it can, cause like if they see me, okay, so
You can't accept nothing from the Mexican.
it's not necessarily like that. Like, you could do trades with the Mexican type shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's not, cause Mexicans and black, if there's nothing going on between them, they cool. Like,
It
you know what I'm
affects
saying?
them
Like,
if it's like business or if it's like
I didn't
when
run
do they
into
jump into that?
they jump into it when it comes down to fighting. Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I was saying, like, if I see a Mexican and a black getting into it, okay, they're getting into it. We are gonna go to the rec yard and we're gonna have a meeting about it. You call all the older horns, you call all the Bloods, Crips, whatever, and we're all gonna be out there on the rec yard and try to either resolve the issue or they're gonna have to fight it out. You know what I'm saying? You fight it out, but ain't nobody jumping nothing. And if anybody feeling fucked up because the black beat up the Mexican, or if anybody feeling fucked up because the black or the Mexican beat up the black, then we could look at that. You know what I'm saying? We could run that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like in county food, it's not really like, oh yeah, like don't do no business with that Mexican.
It's not
like,
enforced as hard.
yeah, it's
when
not.
you get shipped out.
Yeah, and when you get shipped out, like when you get shipped out, it's kind of the same thing. But me, like, I went all the way when I got shipped out. Like I'm not doing no business with the Mexicans. I'm gonna be all the way with the blacks. You know what I'm saying? If there's somebody doing a 2-for-1 or whatever the case is, like, I'm not gonna go and do that. I'd rather be with my black homie, and he gon' give me commissary or whatever the case is. You know, that's what it is. It's prison politicking. Exactly.
So you're saying
that.
the street still, that shit goes down in the pen, like
Yeah.
the Bloods, the Crips, and all that shit.
Okay, and this is another thing. Say I got beef with somebody in the streets, right? And he a blood too, because I'll be beefing with Bloods too. You know what I'm saying?
Mexican or black.
Mexican or black. You know what I'm saying? If you a blood in the tank, and we had beef in the streets, we gonna have to look at that by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? A dog cannot fight in front of a non-dog. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not in our set or anything like that, we're gonna fight behind the door. You know what I'm saying? Like in private. Because if you fight in front of the Mexicans or something like that, your own or you say my partner of blood and and I'm fighting with them type shit like that, that's gonna make the blacks look weak. Like, oh look, they fighting with their own race, like
Right.
you know, or they're fighting with their own gang. Like that's just gonna make us look weak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we gotta take that behind the door and get it done right there. You know what I'm saying? We cannot if we do fight in the day room, that's a violation. You know what I'm saying? We both gonna get beat up. You know what I'm saying? We both gonna get in the blender. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like
Hell yeah.
so
So it gets tricky in like politicking and
yeah,
shit.
it gets tricky. Yeah, you gotta know where to
How
step.
to
You know what I'm
move
saying? Yeah.
do what you gotta
And
do.
then some like I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat nothing. There's some black people like in there like that they want to test you because you're riding with the blacks. You know what I'm saying? We want to see if this Mexican's really gonna ride with us. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and heart check him real quick. You know what I'm saying? Good. Let's go ahead and see if he really gonna fight. We're gonna look at that. I'm gonna look at 2 at the same time, or you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna for 21 seconds, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to do that a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So like
So
it's just,
when you got shipped out, were y'all separate? Did they separate the races? Y'all all housed together?
yeah, we're all housed together. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's gang in it though. Like
But shit, Mike, look at that 3-legged dog, man.
I know, right?
You gotta get a shot of that
Nah, for
3-legged
real,
dog.
that's Gizmo.
That's Gizmo.
That's
Hey,
Gizmo.
No cap.
oh, yeah. We gotta get him in the next mic drop, man.
He'll come over here.
He would.
Give him a taco and
Still
something.
with that?
Hey, but
Yeah.
shit, hell yeah. Look, okay, so your whole time in there, like, what was the score, man? Tally up the score. How many fights you win, lose, or got
Shit,
into?
man. I got into a lot of fights. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got into a lot of fights. It's because I was nasty. Like, yeah, I'm hot headed. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm feeling fucked up about anything, especially with the charges that I'm in there for,
You involve yourself in some shit that
yeah,
you
yeah. For like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he look at me sometimes. He
Make
keep
a big
looking at
deal
me.
out
He
of
keep
anything.
looking at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna, and you know, I'm from somewhere like, you know what I'm saying?
Hot-headed.
A lot of
Yeah,
times
he
that's what it
hot-headed.
was. Or a lot of times it was over the phone. Like I'm on the phone. He like, hey, look how fam I had next.
Yeah.
Oh well, shit, I'm already on the phone.
Oh, God.
Like, well, nigga, I was next. So what you want to do?
Straight
Oh,
up.
hold on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to the rec yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is like a lot of, and don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say that I won all my fights, but I definitely didn't
Back
lose all
then.
of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I didn't
yeah.
lose all. I got a lot of dubs in that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
God.
I'm like, I ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying?
So like a good handful.
Yeah, a good handful, like, more than a handful. I
You know
got
what I
into.
mean?
Yeah, more than a handful. I'll tell you that. Like,
I got 2 hands.
Yeah.
2 handfuls. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into some controversy topics, man. He gonna let some shit off his chest, you know what I mean? So, Jonnyboy, tell us about how the Richgreedy feature came about, and tell us that whole process and experience and how that happened.
All right, so my homeboy Honcho, shout out Honcho 14K, like that fool, he started linking up with Richgreedy gang, and he do music too, so he linking up with him, and one day we're all just chilling at my trap type shit, and Honcho like, hey, Richgreedy gang want to do a song here, that song Lockness. He want to do a song here, you know what I'm saying? Get the gang together, and we can go ahead and get it started.
Y'all in the studio?
No, we at my apartment.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, we on my apartment on Richgreedy. And so, boom, I'm like, tell him to slide through. Like, I don't got no problems, you know what I'm saying, with the woo. So he like, all right. So he slide over, and he came with just him and his cameraman. So when he pulled up, we cool, like everything good. It's a good vibe. We get the music video done, everything cool. So probably like 2 days after that, I hit him up, and I'm like, we kind of just talking, you know what I'm saying, on some cool shit. He actually wanted to go to Corpus and get a hotel and just get like a studio down there and start recording some shit. So boom, I'm like, well shit, you know what I'm saying, I rap too. Like this was before Caliber, so I'm like, shit, I rap too, you know what I'm saying, this and that. And he like, all right, well, we can get it going. So I'm like, all right. So that we never went to Corpus, but we did go to his own studio, and I'm showing him my songs and stuff like that. And that's when he said that he liked a verse that I did called "Man Down."
Man down. Bet you niggas probably man now. Man down. Bet you niggas probably man now. Man down. Bet you niggas probably man now. Man down. Hit you niggas from the back down. I told you that I got it, so don't ever try to question that. Holla to make a nigga run just like a running back. Soldiers get the order, they be telling me I Roger that. Roger in the backseat, that's my shooter, nigga. Always strapped, I'm always strapped. Just in case a nigga try to test the fact I'm on another level with this shit, and I ain't capping that. Felons all around me like they got the fucking Johnny set. They gon' make me bring that old motherfucker
posted like a little freestyle snippet, yeah, on Instagram, me just rapping in the car type of shit like that. And so he like put that verse, going on that verse, and I'm going right after you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he came up with his own beat, and I hit it in the video. I ain't gonna lie, I was real barred out that day. Fucked up, like fucked up on my mind that day. I don't even remember half that day. You know what I'm saying?
You were recording it?
Yeah, we were recording it and everything, like, you know what I'm saying, on the phone and in the studio type of shit like that. So boom, we recorded that whole. Me and him are locked in now. Like, you know what I'm saying? We cool, like real cool and stuff like that. Well, I'm in this group chat, right? And it has like probably like 10 people in there. And somebody, okay, so Richgreedy gang gets talking about like he talking on his story like, oh, I'll beat the shit out of anybody in San Antonio. Like, anybody want to line it up, we can line it up. So I'm like, I get in the group chat and I'm like, y'all see this nigga story? Like, I'm like, that nigga out of there, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, woo. So uh it was nothing like all like personal, just like that nigga out of there. I'll beat the shit out that nigga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I was like, I'll beat the shit out that nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, any stiff nigga, like, yeah. So when I said that, he get the somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody screenshotted
in the
it
chat.
In the chat. They screenshotted it. Yeah, screen recorded and all that, and sent it to him. When he sent it to him, I'm at the stove. I'm sticked up at the stove, and I'm with my partner at the time, and he knows where that store at. Like, he been there a few times. So I'm at that store. I'm on live, and he get to going on my live. You know what I'm saying? He requests to go. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, it's all cool. Like, he just want to chop it up on live. So I get to go on live, and what's that?
You fuck with me, right? I'm your bro and all that shit.
What you talking about, man? Nigga tweaking like he like, hey, I thought we were homeboys, bro. Like, I thought we were homeboys, right? And I'm like, what? Like, caught me off guard, like, what? And he like, we're homeboys, right? I'm like, what you talking about? And he like, then why the fuck you talking shit in the group chat, this and that? And I'm like, boy, hold on, you ain't gonna talk to me no type of way. Like, I'm right here at the stove. Like, you know what I'm saying? I point at the stove, this and that. He like, nah, bitch ass nigga, I know you got your gun on you. I'm like, hell yeah, I got my gun on me. Like, what you mean? And he like, nah, cause if I go over there, you probably just gonna, shoot. You ain't gonna put the guns down. My partner, he box, like he a fighter type shit. So he like, nigga, I'll fight you, nigga. I don't care. Like, I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? This now, I'm like, nigga, chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, if you have any problems or anything like that, like, you could pull up to the store or whatever the case is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he ends alive. He calls me. He calling me. So when he calls me, he gets to tripping. Like, I answer that hoe. He's screaming out the top of his lung, like, nah, bitch ass nigga, like, I thought we were cool, this and that. Like, get to tripping. I'm like, bro, I don't look. One thing about me, fam, like, I don't do a lot of that talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be. What do I look like screaming on the phone? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm right here at the stove, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, you've been to my apartment. You know where I lay my head at. Like, if there's any smoke or any type of shit like that, like, pull up, fam. And he like, all right, fuck you, bitch ass nigga, this and that. I go to his profile, he blocked me. I'm blocked to this day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, he blocked my cousin too.
Mike
so.
G.
Yeah, Mike G. Shout out Mike G. Like, yeah, Mike took it. Like, that nigga, he blocked that nigga too. So I'm like, boy, you out of there. You out of there. And then he blocked it, and then he posted, like, my partners telling me like, oh yeah, he posting, like, he here, he's posting his location like this. Yeah, I'm right here.
So for like a whole week, y'all were just doing back and forth.
Yeah, and then, you know what I mean, like, I get to talk my, not really talk my shit, but talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm on Instagram, like, nigga, I'm right here, like, fuck them Richgreedy gang, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking out my neck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I'm hot at that time too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, that's how that situation came about. Like, you know, and it was a good song. Like, a lot of people tell me like it's a good song. Like, that y'all got together. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was any type of, look, I'm not really one to drop no beef, but if he were to come at me like a man, like, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, look out, like, all right, it was just like a little misunderstanding, or you know what I'm saying, like, then, you know what I'm saying, I'll probably, you know, like, you know, we can get it going again or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Like, at the end of the day, I feel like it's just misunderstanding. Cause like saying in a different scenario, like, we all boys, you know, we talking shit to each other, but we can laugh about it type
right,
shit.
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
If
like,
I went up to Mike and I was just like, let's go 10 seconds. You know what I mean?
How many times do we do that? I'm like, I'm telling my partner, yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, the next day we'll still smoke a blunt, we'll still be boys.
Exactly, like, I'll beat you.
Well, look, hey man, I've been getting a lot of requests. They wanna SA Foos. SA Foods boxing tournament or street fight.
Street beef.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Well, this is gonna be
Yeah.
like street league, but at the same time it'll be documented.
You're gonna go famous like
But
the
I would have
TikTokers.
to set some rules and regulations
I'm down.
and you know, no hard feelings type shit. It would have to be
Shake hands
the first
after.
YouTube channel with dead rappers in it.
what like, I mean, look, if the contestants are rappers and they got shit to settle, I mean, this could definitely turn out positive. And I got a little message for the youth of today, man. I noticed there's a lot of young generations with guns in their hands and they acting reckless. And now's the time to put the guns down, stop the violence, and put them gloves on. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got something to settle, we could do this shit for charity. We could do it for the greater good of the San Antonio rap community. Let's stop the violence, put the guns down, put the dukes up, and who's gonna be the first contestant on SA Foods Street League?
I mean,
You know what I mean? Any online beef, any sneak disses and all that shit, they could be addressed. And I feel like San Antonio as a community, we're bigger than this. We could come together and have people that you would never thought of collabing, you know what I'm saying, do this shit. So with that being said, another question that I had from Jonnyboy, talk about like how you getting banned from the film community.
that was funny. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember I have a lot of guns in my music videos. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted us. A big issue was like they wanted us to blur it out and stuff like that because I guess they can't promote stuff like that. So when that came about, like we did it. We blocked it out. My manager blocked it out, and we sent it to them. They left us on red, and we're Cash App ready. You know what I'm saying? We're ready to promote it, and they just kept leaving us on red and leaving us on red and just kind of ignoring us. So I think one day my cousin, like, he kind of like upset about that, which he has the right to, because you know what I'm saying, we're trying to get our name out there. Like he made a post on Instagram like that we're kind of being blackballed a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You're tagging them and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they, that's kind of how it happened. They saw that post and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, they just kind of like laughed at it, you know what I'm saying, pretty much. So it was just like, okay, like that's how that happened. We tried clearing that situation up and it might be cleared up, but we haven't really like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like,
Yeah, I
went
feel
forward
like
with it.
I feel like I could probably make that happen, man.
Yeah, I feel like it's still definitely in the air, you know.
Like once you start dropping consistently, bro.
That's the goal, to be consistent. Now that
Like,
I'm out, like, you know what I'm saying, because back then I was running into like a lot of real life problems, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
exactly.
And one of the things is, long live my girlfriend, like she passed away, so that was one of the big things that set us back. Like, you know what I'm saying, I had to just regroup with myself because at that time I was going through the worst, you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah.
So, and then I got locked up a few days after she passed away, so I didn't even get a chance to go to her funeral, her rose, or anything like that. So like it kind of, like I said, real life problems got in the way. and and it's not easy, fam. Like, it's not easy being a street nigga and trying to do this rap shit. This whole rap shit, fool, was just like it started off just for fun, you know what I'm saying. Not only that, it started off like I'm dissing some niggas that I got beef with, shit like that, you know what I'm saying, because they dissing over here, you know what I'm saying. So when it started out like that too, and shit like that, so it was really just like that, you know. And then all of a sudden we dropped Caliber, and Caliber just kind of like did some numbers, you know what I'm saying. So it was like, oh, okay, like maybe we should take this a little bit more serious. Maybe we should start, you know what I'm saying. That's when we dropped the second video. We named it The Video. And you know what I'm saying, that kind of just started doing some numbers too, you know what I'm saying. So after that we dropped 50 rounds. When we dropped 50 rounds, I did 50 rounds with 4K Sweet, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
Hey, big sweet man, free you.
free you, man, free you. And you know, we're actually locked up, we're in the same county, you know what I'm saying. He was on the 6th floor, I was on the 4th floor, but I heard about it, you know what I'm saying. I heard that he was locked up. I was trying to hit a pod with him, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of people know that song. When I was locked up, like, there's one fool, he was in there for murder. Like, that fool, for like 3 months we're locked up together. He came up to me, he like, hey, look out, fam. I'm like, real quiet fool. He came up to me, he like, hey, look out, fam. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, I like that song that you did with 4K, you know what I'm saying. Like, that shit went hard. And I was like, yeah, like the whole time you knew who I was, you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, like, that's crazy. He like,
Hey,
yeah,
free
nah.
the Grim Sweeper, man.
And for real, that fool hard. That fool hard, like,
hell yeah.
hard. That's really a big reason why I collabed with him, because he's hard. If you're hard in San Antonio, like.
So how did that come about?
With Sweep, and long live my nigga Omar, man. Like, that's how it started. Like, I'm on Omar's live, my nigga Scoot Up. Like, I'm on his live, and he Sweep is on his live too. And Scoot Up was like, hey, look out, Jonnyboy, you should do a song with 4K. You know what I'm saying? I'll lock y'all in, this and that. So me and 4K, we like, shit, I'm down for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm down for it. So Scoot Up at my crib, he called up the 4K gang, and we started doing our verses. You know what I'm saying? Like I had this open verse. He hopped on that hoe, and that hoe, like he went in on that hoe. You know what I'm saying? And I always like the way Sweet rap. Like he's hard, like one of the hardest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, that's how that came about. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, doggy.
yeah.
So like, what are your goals with this shit? I want you to like, from the outside looking in, bro. Like you got potential, you got your own sound. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just I want you to take this music like as a way to therapy, like therapeutic. Vent
Yeah.
out, like talk about your real life, and you need to get some off your chest, put it on a
Yeah.
pen and paper type shit.
Shit. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what are your goals in the long run? Like what do you see for your brand, Jonnyboy?
Man, like I really want this shit to blow up. Like it's crazy on how it started. So how it started, like, and where it's at now. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think I got 5 music videos out, and the last one I was locked up for. So it didn't really do too many numbers.
That
You
was
know
like
what
a
I'm saying?
visualizer.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? That was called Let It Go.
Yeah.
And we're actually probably gonna do a music video to that one too. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
God.
But one thing that I really want to be doing too is of course drop consistently, but promoting it a lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like such as Real Tune TV. Like
Straight up.
Real Tune TV got a pretty big platform,
Right.
and I've already been on there twice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, and San Antonio Foos, Texas Foos, like, you know what I'm
All
saying,
that.
all that, like y'all got some big platforms too. You know what I'm
Straight up.
saying? So and I'm to Texas. You know what I'm saying? Stuff.
Shout out Texas Buzz.
Yeah, Texas Buzz, like all them Texas rap groups, man, like they doing their thing, and I'm trying to be on all of them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
hell
Like I'm
yeah.
trying to be on all of them, like whatever it takes, you know. So trying to be on
Yeah,
TikTok,
yeah. Like,
trying
like
to
the
do all
main
that.
thing,
Yeah,
the main thing for an artist is to maintain a presence of online, and it's hard to do that when you have a personal life and you know
yeah,
what I mean, shit going
yeah.
on.
Like this shit it ain't sweet. You know what I'm saying? I caught I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. I caught an aggravated kidnapping. I caught an aggravated robbery. I'm on monitor right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on parole, and with all that, like
Yeah,
that's just a perfect example of this shit is real life. You know what I'm saying?
straight
This
up.
shit ain't no joke. Like, and that's that. I'm already got a city buzz going. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still. My cousin told me one time, he's like, you got a name right now, and you're still posting, like, if you're not, you're posting dangerously, you're posting
Right, right,
carelessly. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You're shooting guns on Instagram. You're fucking making niggas strip down on Instagram. Like you could look through my shit, and you'll see that my story is on
It's
Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to hide nothing. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like when it comes down to my favorite rapper is King Von, Long Live King Von. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he was, and the way he was like real street about
Yeah,
everything. Like, that's why
yeah.
I feel like
He had
people.
that image that he actually lived. You know what I'm
Yeah, you know
saying?
what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to be like anybody or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, reason why I chose that nigga to be my favorite rapper type shit is because of how he the shit that he talks about is the shit that he
He
lives.
lived
You know
that
what I'm
shit.
saying? Yeah, like it
Yeah,
was real,
it was
and
documented.
yeah,
All that shit.
and everything in my music videos, like it's real, and everything in my music, like that's being said, it's real. I
You
don't talk
lived it.
about, yeah, I'm not talking about no fiction. You never really hear me saying like, oh, I got jewelry, I got
Yeah,
chains, I got $1 million. Like, nah,
like
nigga, like,
flexing type
yeah,
shit.
like shit. I'm not,
Talk about
yeah,
that pain. Talk about that struggle. You know what I mean?
like that
Talk
struggle,
about getting it out the
real.
mud.
What that struggle real, bro? Like it would be, man, it would be hard because I got a lot of people like that, like a lot of younger heads watching me. You know what I'm saying? Like 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 11 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think there's a comment on Caliber, and it says my son showed me this. He's only 8 years old. I think
Straight
y'all
up.
live in my apartments. You know what I'm saying? You're hard, this and that. So like, what I would say to them is like, this shit gets real. You know what I'm saying? This shit gets real. Like it's when you get into the rapping industry, or even when you start getting into the system and you start getting in trouble, like once you a lot of times once you fall into the system, avalanche, like that shit just keeps happening, keeps happening, keeps happening. So you gotta stay aware of what you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like be real observant on what's going on around you. You know, like because that's the main key. If you're not observant with what's going on around you, you could get snaked out. You could get, man. There's a lot of grimy shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real tricky game. but just stay on your 10 and just, you know what I'm saying, if you want to do this rapping shit, and if you want to, you know what I'm saying, just put your foot all the way in the door with it, you know what I'm saying. But with that, again, man, make sure you're looking over who you're around and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. Don't just be cool with just anybody, especially if you're really living like that, especially if you got, you know what I'm saying, some sort of, yeah, you know what I'm saying, a background with certain niggas type shit like that. Like, man, just make sure you're careful on what you're doing, you know what I'm saying. Be careful with it, because it's a slippery slope, you know what I'm saying. So just, man, hopefully nothing ever happens to the younger crowd, you know what I'm saying. Like, again, long live Scoot Up and Hop Out, man. Those were some of my best friends. They're in all my music videos, man. They got killed 16, 17 years old, you know what I'm saying. They got killed, shot. They weren't, it wasn't a car accident, it wasn't just a natural, no, they got shot in a shootout, you know what I'm saying. Like, in broad day, I'm talking 11 in the morning, you know what I'm saying. So this shit could really happen, not just to somebody that's in the streets or anything. Like, it could happen to anybody, you know what I'm saying. But if you're living in the streets like that and you're thugging like that, there's a higher chance, you know what I'm saying. So just make the right choices,
Oh,
man.
God.
Yeah, every like I said earlier in my interview, I was playing chess a lot growing up with my dad. I took that, and and in jail too, I'm playing chess with niggas that been to prison. Now I'm beating them, you know what I'm saying, because I'm thinking 5 moves ahead. You know what I'm saying? Every step that I'm moving, I take that game and I put it into the way I move out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's strategy. Yeah, checkmate. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. Long live the guys, man.
Long live the guys, man.
So another message that I got for any young artists, like Johnny was saying, you gotta move a certain way. The music industry, underground, you got the street, the audience, yeah, the internet plays a big role. Everything is documented. Just feds is watching, guys. Y'all need to move carefully. You know what I'm saying? Your ops is your friends is your ops.
Nah, for real.
Trust nobody. You know
For
what I'm
real,
saying?
man.
Stay dangerous, man. I would say I wanted to also give Johnny Boy a chance to clear the air. There's some rumors and speculations going on. You know what I mean? Uh, there's a narrative that's going on and people are running with it. You know, it depends on how you look at the situation from the outside looking in. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of Johnny Boy's perspective. Let him talk about it.
Uh, Along the lines of IZZY93 and stuff like that. Okay, with IZZY93, like a situation had happened, and with the shooting that was in, you know what I'm saying, and all that had happened at a barbershop and shit like that. When that had happened, I'm plexed up with some other people, you know what I'm saying, at the time. So when that had happened, like, um somebody from the east side had did that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of the only not the only upcoming, because you got you know what I'm saying, Russian Red, you got Big Homie Scotty, you got Boogie got bands, you know what I'm saying, coming out the east side and stuff like that, you know, but and the northeast and stuff. But like somebody from the east side had apparently did that, yeah, allegedly did that. So they kind of and this the fans and stuff like that, the audience and stuff, they kind of like threw it on me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm sliding type shit, and I'm documenting it the majority of the time because I'm living kind of fast, you know. So when they threw it on me, like, again, like I was saying earlier, I'm not gonna really try to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not the type of nigga to be like, oh, nah, fam, like that wasn't me, like, nah, fam, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, but uh, you know, so when something gets thrown on me, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to believe what y'all want to believe, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, like, I don't care, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here, y'all know where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? But that situation, it wasn't how people are making it out to be, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of caused like a little, I guess you could say, beef and shit. Like, yeah, it caused some opportunities to go away with me and IZZY93 and stuff like that, you know. So that's just how that happened, and that's how, like, I'm not gonna get into the details on who the hit was for, or on who whatever happened, you know what I'm saying, on why that situation happened, but it happened, you know what I'm saying. And one thing I heard a long time ago is somebody had asked, do you wish this street shit and stuff like that would just go away? And it's not like, it's not the perfect answer to that for me is, I don't wish it would go away. I just wish it never happened to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't regret nothing that I did, but I just wish shit this shit goes. Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
shit could have been different. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know, so that's just, it's a fucked up situation. But if they want to clear the air, and I'm, again, like I was saying earlier, with Richgreedy gang and stuff like that. If you come to me as a man, you know what I'm saying, and we respect, all this shit has to go along the lines of respect, you know what I'm saying? And you come to me with respect and shit like that, and as a man, like, and you know what I'm saying, you never know what could happen. And I'm a real cool dude. Like I was saying earlier, I don't want people to get discouraged on thinking that I'm beefing with the world or beefing with San Antonio. Now I got love, this is my city. You know what I'm saying? I got love for San Antonio. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's where I was born and raised at, you know, so like, and there's a lot of good upcoming artists, like, you know what I'm saying, that I want to do work with. You know how fire a feature would be with me and Izzy, you know what I'm saying? Me and Young Mike hard. You know what I'm saying? Young Mike hard. At the end of the day, he hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Izzy doing his thing, like, you know, Richgreedy gang doing his thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with their music. I'm not gonna take no credit from them. You know what I'm saying? They're doing their thing. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna let Jonnyboy let y'all know about what we got in store for y'all, man.
Yeah.
Holidays coming up.
Yeah, man. Shit, we got a mic drop coming soon. Shit, probably sooner than later, actually. And I just did a music video. Shout out my nigga Draco. That's my brother for real. Like, we got a music video coming. Hopefully by next weekend it should be out. You know what I'm saying? We got that coming out. We got some new songs coming out. The mixtape, we're probably gonna start either shooting some music videos to the songs on there. I'm not too sure on how that's gonna on what songs or anything like that, but or if we're gonna drop another mixtape and stuff like that. But we definitely got some more work coming on the way. You know what I'm saying? It's not 2024. You know, I'm not saying like, oh, that's our year because everybody said that. You know what I'm saying? But like, but like, we definitely gotta put in as much work as possible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As much work. Yeah, me and Young and Flows got, you know what I'm saying, we got some beats that we want to hop on too. So we got Double Sides that's still out there. That's our first song that we did together. Yeah, first banger. I know a lot of people like it. And by the way, that one's all a freestyle. Like, we really just went off the head with that one take, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was in the studio fucked up with Tech Nines and Glock Nines in that hood.
What studio y'all?
In Paranoid, shout out Paranoid Records too, man. Shout out Paranoid Records. Shout out D-Lo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, they that's where it started at too. You know what I'm saying? That's where we, yeah, you know. So
a lot of fools did some shit in there, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. So, you know what I'm saying? And there's artists that I would like to work with. And there was a question I was asked on my live yesterday about what San Antonio artists would I want to collab with. First off the rip, Southside Hoodlum doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite artists in San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool. Eliza 1K doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? And she got some bars. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a you know what I'm saying? I would love to work with her. Karma 500 doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like so those are some 3 artists that I would want to work with. You know what I'm saying?
Free Big Sweet 4K.
Free Big Sweet, man. Maybe a part 2 to 50 rounds. You know, 100 rounds. Yeah, 100 rounds. Like,
100 rounds.
100. Yeah. Yeah, man, for sure, man. Free all the niggas out the chain gang, man, for sure. Like, and long live the guys, you know. So
hell yeah,
we're gonna try to get it going. Features, shit. We work with budgets, you know what I'm saying? Like, all day we work with budgets, you know what I'm saying? Like,
get that Jonnyboy feature.
You know, like we and y'all can hit my line, but majority of the time, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm real busy too. So, you know, my manager, Mike took it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we'll definitely get it going.
Yeah, all serious business inquiries. Hit up
Mike took it. Yeah, for sure. And music video is
y'all want one of these?
Yeah.
Man,
man.
Stop playing
know
with
that. Know that.
Hey, man, we'll get you on Texas Foos, San Antonio Foos, all that shit. If y'all want a t-shirt, let me know.
Know that.
Oh, God.